Yeah, hi everybody, doing a testimony right now. Just want to share a couple things that happened to me. First, to just kind of start off, if you remember in one of my previous videos that I did, I shared about a guy that I had stole stuff from, and it was a part of like a fish house that I had stolen. Well, what had happened is I met with the guy. I apologized. That was a test that was brought to me um, that actually Michael had shared with me, or shared with everybody, saying that you were going to be tested, and this actually happened like 2 days later. Well, anyways, I apologized to the guy, and I moved from so I apologized to the guy, kind of made up a little bit, and what happened was um, I was living in an apartment at the time. Well, then I moved into a house, and um, when I moved, I noticed, hey, what's that in the bucket? And I had like a 5 gallon pail, and I had rattle reels that were in there, and that was actually from his uh, fish house that I had stolen the stuff out of. So, kind of shocking to even see that even there, or that I even had it, and I remembered that I even had it. As soon as I seen it, that's even shocking all in itself too. Well, anyways, so I had to. So I kind of like freaked out when I first seen it, and I guess when I finally like realized at that time that I had to give it back to him, and I was like, son of a gun, and I just said like right away, I went, geez, is there anything else that I have that needs to be brought, that I stole? And as soon as I said that, I started walking in my garage, and I walked to the other side of the garage, and I had some stuff that I actually had stolen from my work from like 7 years ago, or 5 or 6 years ago, something like that. Long time, or at least 5 plus years ago, I should say. Well, yeah, that's not very cool at all. And as soon as that happened, that right there kind of hit me in the face. It was like, wow, okay, so I so what I did was first I started thinking, hey, what am I supposed to do um, with the bucket? I was like, or with the raw reels, and I was like, I'll just give it to a friend to give it back to him, and it was like, no, can't do that. Um, so, because the question is if you give it to because what was going through my head is like, what if you give it to the friend don't give it back to him, or he doesn't know that it came from you. So I was like, crap. So I was like, I actually had a drive, and I don't know, 20 miles or something like that for him, maybe 30 miles or 40 miles, something like that, to go meet with him to give his bucket back. And I did that at his work, and I just asked I just asked the buddy, I said, where does he live, or where's his work at? And he told me, and I just drove over there and I gave the bucket to him. He was very shocked, number one, and very happy that I gave it back to him, which I think all of us would be on that. So I did that, which felt good. As soon as I did that, I was like, oh, I kind of like feel relief on your shoulders. But then I had the um, like I had water meters, and from a job I worked from a town that was 3 hours away from where I currently live now, and I was like kind of procrastinating on this big time, and I started thinking like, because like right when I first seen it, and I didn't do it right away. Even with I probably waited a long time before I did do it because I was like, okay, when do I get, like, how do I get it there, and trying to figure out all logistics and stuff. That took a little bit of time. And the work one, that one took a little bit more time. And the issue that I ran into was when I first got the idea of doing it. I ran in, like, what was going through my head was, what should I, like, should I just leave it there, without them even knowing that I even showed up? Just kind of throw it there in front, and I'm like, no, I can't do that. And then I was like, but I was trying, like, to get around all that, but you know how Abba is, he'll make sure you do it the right way. And anyways, I went there, and when I drove there, so I kind of procrastinated. And then one thing I did do was I prayed for a confirmation, and yeah, I got a confirmation that I had to do this. These were items that, I had stolen, but I still had possession of it. So I had to give them back because I still had the possession of them, which I kind of sat there and went, you got to be kidding me. But anyways, it was water meters. I'm like, they're old, they're junk, they'd just be thrown away. They're nothing, and they're not. And at that time, I was going to take them to get money and steal them for money. That was the purpose of why I stole them. And well, I never freaking brought them in and never got the money for them. And then now I don't even think they're even worth anything, really. So whatever. Well, didn't matter. You stole them, you got to bring them back. So I had to freaking drive 3 hours there. Boy, was that ever an interesting moment. So I go in there and I ask the lady, the reception person, and I says, yeah. And I says, I told my old boss, I said, yeah, it's my old boss there. Oh, he's retired 3 freaking years ago. He no longer works here. Oh, okay. And then I'm like, well, I used to work here. I says, I got some stuff to give to everybody, give back. Is there anybody in the water department I could talk to? Walked in, they said, well, everybody is in the lunchroom right now. How are you going there? Yeah, thanks. That's great. Walk right in there. Boy, was that ever an exciting moment, huh? I don't know how many guys, 10 or 15 people in there. What the heck are you doing here? Well, I'm here. I have to give some stuff back, I said. And had to give back the water meters. Oh, I also found a shirt and pants that I actually had from my old job all those years ago. Now that was actually freaking crazy too. I should actually bring that one up too. I was trying to find something like from another work. I had some other old work pants and stuff, and I was trying to find them. And I had a duffel bag full, completely full, big black garbage bag full of clothes and stuff, and I stick my hand in there and I pull out the shirt and pants, the only shirt and pants that were from this freaking work. And I'm like, what in the heck are the chances of that? Because then I didn't go right away and look, but I did later. Like, I went back and looked again to see if there was anything else before I left. So I tore that whole bag apart, and there was no other shirt, no other pants, for that work. So I pull that out, and and that was the first thing I grab, and there it is. And I'm like, wow, what the heck are the chances of that? So, anyway, so I brought the shirt, pants, brought that back, and then, I gave them the water meters, which I stole intentionally for sure. Told them, yeah, just say, here you go. Now, when I did give it to them, they wanted to give it back to me. They're like, you can just keep them. We don't need them at all. I'm like, no, man, no, it doesn't work like that. You need to take them. You can keep them. I drove 3 hours so you guys can have these things back. You are gonna take them. And then, but it was a rewarding feeling once you got done. It was like, that's off your, completely out of your mind. You don't have to worry about that anymore. But yeah, when I got the confirmation on that, but I can't remember what the confirmation was, so I'm sorry about that. I did not write it down, and I didn't take a picture of it or nothing. I can't remember what the heck it was. I do not remember, but it was mind-blowing, freaking just blow your mind kind of thing. Kind of just like a Jonathan, Michael stuff that they talk about all the time. Exactly like that. Just unbelievable confirmation. I did procrastinate on it, and I did call Michael. I wanted to call Michael before I went down, and that was no thing. Because you needed to go down there, and so he did a live kind of like chat, and he asked me, he goes, did you see it? I was like, did I see it? What did I see? Because that's what the Lord told him when I called, was he needs to see it. That's what the Lord told me, he needed to see it. And I got down there, and but it was amazing. When I got done, I felt very better, about this whole thing. It was amazing. The big thing was the faith. That's what it was all about, the faith. And knowing that was the Lord speaking was the big thing. And this was definitely a interesting and amazing, kind of mind-blowing kind of thing that happened to me. And I don't know if anybody else has anything like that, but that's what really happened to me. And just kind of want to share that, and hopefully this will help. The whole purpose of why I'm doing this vid is to try to help other people. So if they run into something like this, this might help it might help them in their walk. Because these are things that I was just kind of mind-blowing, like, what? Like, wow, and I didn't even do it then when we did it. And then it was like that next day, and I don't even know how. And there was a lot of things in that conversation too, which other people were hearing, because we were all doing a live chat at the time, and other people could hear it too. But there was some things that he even responded to me that I'm like, that Michael responded to me, like, that kind of was like, I knew there was something there where he knew something. The Lord was telling him stuff. I know that. That's the best way for me to explain it. So, but anyways, I hope that this helps. I want this to I want to make this vid so it helps somebody out, So, all right, have a good one.